So how do we make people stay? I mean, it's important to know why they're leaving to start with. So how do we know what retention strategy to use? You want to do a pulse check. There's various ways to do that. It should be on an ongoing basis. We want to do these things from time to time, definitely to check in. We can do things such as anonymous employee surveys, perhaps have some exit interviews or stay interviews, or inject some questions within the performance review process. But first of all, I mean, people leave for various reasons. Sometimes people leave for personal reasons, or, they've just sort of met their max, or they've changed careers, or maybe just, the environment doesn't work for them now that we're in a different world with COVID. Who knows? It could be various reasons, or it's just not a fit because of a personality clash. But how do we know why? Again, we need to have those conversations. So exit interviews upon someone leaving is going to be key. And perhaps it's not the initial or that direct supervisor. Maybe it's someone that's separate in the organization. That's an HR representative or a non-biased individual that can take that feedback, not have any judgment, and provide that input to the rest of the leaders so that they can implement some change or have some things that we can adapt to with learning these things as to why people are leaving. And for instance, if you have 5 people out of a team of 10 that are saying they're leaving for compensation, well, that's a trend. I mean, certain things you have to take with a grain of salt. But if there's a trend as to why people are leaving, that's probably a key contributor that you can make a change. So take time to understand. And, we say that we can do other things, such as, an anonymous employees feedback survey. What I say, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, right? As Jack Nicholson says, if you can't handle the truth, don't ask for the truth. You want to be able to set the tone, ask and explain why you're asking for the feedback, that, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be making all these changes, but we want to be able to understand why people are leaving or how we can improve our current culture. Again, the anonymous survey is a way to do that. Although if you'd like to be a little bit more subtle, perhaps not have that expectation, we can do things such as, and again, we don't have to tell the staff, but just do pulse checks and have stay interview questions. So, we're going to do some recruiting. We want to do some branding and key messages as to why it's such a great place to work here. What is it that keeps you here? What motivates you? What do you like about working here? Perhaps during the performance review program, you can ask your team members, how is it that I can better support you as a leader? What is it that keeps you here? And how do I continue to motivate you? It is a challenging time for everyone now. So just subtly asking questions and feedback is going to be key. And then some of these questions, if you are going to do an anonymous survey or focus groups of those types of things, ask for some key themes. How's the leadership of the organization? What do you think works well with our employee culture? What can we do better? How's our benefits? How's our communication? So asking those key themes and then applying those opportunities where you can to improve. And ultimately, it's a pulse check. We should be doing this on a consistent basis, not sort of after people have left and mass havoc has taken place. You want to keep motivating and know why people are staying, why they're going, what they look forward to keep challenged. Keep that conversation open at all times to keep everyone motivated and retain your staff. Thanks for listening to today's episode of HR Real Talk. If you like what you heard, be sure to hit the like button and leave us a comment below to let us know what you think. Don't forget to follow us every week to hear more answers to your HR questions. For a free consultation, visit ldhr.ca. We'd love to hear from you. See you next week.